Hello, my name is Emily Bauman. I'm a creativity catalyst, a book writing mentor, and a confidence coach based here in Tulum, Mexico. And I'd love to pop in with you to talk about why telling your story in a really specific way is the best method to skyrocket your marketing and your ability to connect deeply with clients. Not just build an audience, not just have engagement here and there, some fly by night comments in the comment section. No, by learning how to tell your story authentically with integrity, you're going to learn some really valuable skills for life that just is at its base fundamentally about human connection. Let's go. First off, why is storytelling so important? If you hear some reggaeton music, my neighbors are awesome, and we're in Mexico, so we're just gonna let it flow with the reggaeton and the salsa background vibes. I don't mind, and I hope you don't either. So storytelling is the way that we learn. It is the intrinsic oral tradition of humanity. Our myths and our legends passed down through generations across eons that survived the crumblings of civilizations, the rise and fall of kings and warriors. It all is story. Our ability to hold story and learn through story is unparalleled. So that's reason number one. We're built for this. Number two, half of your audience or more, maybe all of them, are feminine beings, right? And there's something very specific about the feminine essence. We are nonlinear and we are cyclical, right? So we are cyclical, and that means that we do not respond to a 5-step plan in the same way that you might expect a male being to. And all I'm saying is that formulas do not foster deep connections, and playbooks are not juicy. Women wish to be courted in business and in life. We have this innate desire to receive stories and be wooed, right? And so the more that you can get into someone's heart by broadcasting words, images, and truth from your own heart, that is the secret to effective storytelling, which is for me the linchpin to authentic marketing. And this day and age, it's the baseline, baby. It's what everybody expects. Nothing else will do. And people can smell a phony a mile away. So let's dive in. That is why it is important. But what makes an amazing story? What is the backbone or some of the formula components of a story that you just can't put down? Even if it's literally on Instagram and it's someone in their stories that is writing words and you just can't stop. You put your little finger on the screen so you can read all the text in a row, and then you keep going because they're telling a compelling story. And at the end, they've done something really fascinating. They've made you care. They've made you see them as a human being. They have brought you into their journey in a way that is really effective and as I said, compelling. So how do they do that? How do we do that? Storytellers of the world, about to reveal some secrets. The first thing is that we are always going to be focusing on using words that evoke specific emotions. So getting rid of general overused words is the step number one. Why? General words like beautiful, it was magical, they have no more resonance anymore. They are tired. They're like the toddlers who have been on 3 back-to-back play dates and they just need to go home. They're overtired. They have nothing left to give. And so when you use these words, they cannot land in the heart of other people because they've been thrown around so much it doesn't mean anything. So step number one, make sure that your words are specific and evoking specific frequencies. And I have a whole guidebook. I talk about this so often on social media, Emily Bauman __, because it's essential. It's step one, ground zero to great storytelling. So we want to use evocative, specific words, emotionally compelling. Step number two to a great story, let's set the scene. So make sure that you take the time to set the scene. For example, when I was working at the United Nations in Haiti, I remember my final day, I drove up and there were dust bunnies sweeping across the road, and it looked more like a deserted airport hangar than ever. And I just knew in my heart that everything was just finished for me. So we get, in this example, the who, the what, the emotions, right? That it was dusty. You get a specific thing, the road, and something passing over the road. So make sure that we are telling the story in a way that's setting a scene. Who, what, when, where, why. I just told you the woman pulled up to the job in the country for the last time, and it was dusty and she was done. Exhausted, not just tired, not burnt out. We don't need to say burnt out ever again. She was depleted from her life force energy, and her bones ached with the weariness of overgiving. We say that instead of burnt out. This is why I do what I do. I love words so much. Can you tell? Okay, let's keep going. Storytelling essentials. So we said specific, emotive, evoking, and telling the who, what, when, where, why, the whole situation. Bring the reader in. And what you want to do then is create some tension. What is the problem? What is the situation? What is the issue? Why do we care? So if you have a burnt out or emotionally and spiritually and energetically depleted woman showing up to work for the last time, is she fearful because of this final confrontation with her boss? Is she excited? Does she feel guilty for leaving them all behind because she's going to start a new life in Mexico? Hey, it gets to be all of the things, but what is the tension? Set that up and you're going to have them hooked and desiring to go along the rest of the journey for you. So we're establishing emotions, setting the scene with specific evocative emotional words. Once you have the tension, you walk them through the conversations to resolve it. So it's really great to show a back and forth between two people because it sets the scene and then it brings it to life in this engaging way. So I could say, my boss walked over to my desk and I braced. I felt my shoulders hunch in anticipation of another biting comment. And I prayed that I wouldn't say anything mean back this time. And instead, he pulled out flowers from behind his back and he said, I don't know what we're going to do without you. So you see how you set that tension and then the resolution, unexpected, bonus points if you get a little plot twist there. If people do unexpected things. So talk, give dialogue, he said, she said. You can always use anonymous words to respect people's anonymity. And then once the tension is resolved, it's time for your protagonist, AKA you, the storyteller, to talk about your aha moment. This is also often known in writing words as the epiphany. And what did you learn? Where do you go from there? And this is where we segue into who you are now in your present moment. This is where you put your shoulders back, you spread your legs, and you physically start to embody who you've become as a result of all of this. And your story doesn't have to be about strife and struggle. The tension can be romantic, it can be sizzling, it can be any kind of tension, it can be hilarity, a joke, one thing expected, and you think it's going to go a certain way, and then the tension is just how deviant life got. Does that make sense? Leave me a comment if this is a landing for you. I would love to hear your feedback. Okay, so the final element to you telling a great story for more marketing and deeper connection is really being honest. Not trying to sound like anyone else, really being honest about where it has brought you. And then you're always welcome to end with an invitation. And this is a humble brag in a way. Oxymoron alert. And your humble brag is, I went through this. I embody it now. This is part of who I am, right? I live this. Therefore, I invite you into this container that I'm opening for coaching, for healing, sessions, community, membership, training, whatever it may be. Okay, maybe you're hiring someone and you really desire to hire the most aligned person. So you tell the story of how you had your epiphany, or the story about where you got to the point where you're launching your business. And that right person will be like, there's a job offer at the end of this story. There's an opportunity for me to work with this person. Like, what better way to bring people into the heart of your business, into the heart of your dharma, your soul mission? All right. So I really hope all of that land for you. I'm sure that some or all of it is going to be super helpful the next time that you're like, I have a new thing that I'm launching and I'm not really sure how to get people to care, get people to pay attention. Tell your story. And a lot of the things that I do inside of my one-to-one writing containers, when I work with people just like you, overcoming the belief that your story doesn't matter. It matters. I'll just take a little moment now, because this is near and dear to my heart. I really believe that no matter what message you're conveying, if it is in upliftment of humanity, if it is in support of people coming home to themselves, of remembering their power, their multidimensionality, their true purpose, relaxing, if you're a massage therapist, you are on a divine mission. I really believe that. And so for you to say, or somehow even 10% of you believe that your story doesn't matter, it's boring, it's banal, darling. It's not, because someone needs to hear it from you. Someone needs to understand what is possible for them via you. You are the vehicle of someone's miracle. I should quote myself on that. All right, my love. Well, I'm going to put all my contact information below. If you are curious, interested about working one-to-one with me, let's have a little chat. Okay. Connect with me on Instagram, where I'm often posting little nuggets. This is more elaborate, and containers opening soon to deep dive into the soul of storytelling for effective marketing with me, Emily Bauman. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. Over and out.